Welcome back to Rare US Coins 1, the channel where we uncover the hidden treasures sitting right inside your pocket change, and today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about, most collected, and most mysterious Lincoln cents of the late 20th century, the Liberty 1 cent 1977 D penny. A seemingly ordinary coin minted by the Denver Mint that has been turning heads in the collecting world for years because of the surprising market surges, rarity in high grades, and extreme collector demand that has pushed its value into levels most people never expected, with premium examples reaching upward of $779.341 in today's hot market, making this penny one of the most impressive modern era coins you could ever hope to find in perfect condition. This coin, struck during an era when America was undergoing massive cultural change and the Denver Mint was operating at full force to supply the nation with circulating coins, holds a special place in history because it represents the final generations of the original copper-based Lincoln cents before the composition change of 1982, meaning every authentic 1977 D penny is made of 95% pure copper, giving it that rich, deep red look that collectors love and a natural metallic durability that allowed many of these coins to survive decades of circulation, but only a tiny fraction remain in the near-perfect gem state that the market pays so highly for. When the Denver Mint released the 1977 D cent, millions were produced, but mintage numbers do not tell the whole story, because the real value of this coin comes from condition rarity, striking quality, metallic preservation, and the almost impossible to find combination of full luster, sharp details, and zero-contact marks, making top-grade examples some of the rarest modern pennies in existence today. Collectors around the world chase this coin because of its historical resonance, its beautiful copper design, and most importantly the fact that graded examples in the upper gem levels have become a true market sensation, with premium registry-quality coins being so uncommon that every time one appears in an auction, it sparks intense bidding wars, often pushing the final price into the tens of thousands. And in exceptional situations, to values like $779.341 for the most perfect gem survivors. The 1977 D is also famous for having extremely strong market stability, meaning that even mid-grade examples have risen in value over the years as more new collectors enter the hobby and learn about the importance of copper era Lincoln cents, especially those from the 1970s, and this consistent demand has created a steady upward trend, making this coin a favorite among both beginners and serious investors. What makes this coin even more special is the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the classic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, symbols that represent American history, preservation of freedom, and the legacy of one of the nation's greatest presidents, all pressed into a small copper disc that has traveled through the hands of millions before reaching the world of numismatic prestige. And it is this combination of history, rarity, and collector fever that makes the 1977 D a true modern gem. In today's market, values are driven by certified grading, so if you find one with a clean surface, deep red coloration, and strong details, it may be worth submitting for professional grading, because even a single grade step can make the difference between a couple of dollars and hundreds or even thousands, and at the top end, record levels like $779.341 for flawless examples prove just how high the ceiling can go. So if you have a jar of old pennies, a drawer full of change, or a bag of coins you've never checked, this is the perfect time to look closely for that 1977 D Liberty 1 cent, because your next coin could be the one that transforms a simple copper penny into a rare treasure worth serious money, and that's exactly what we celebrate here on Rare US Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most overlooked and yet surprisingly valuable pieces of American numismatic history, the Liberty 1 cent coin from the year 1978, a coin that millions of people pass by every single day without realizing that certain rare varieties and high-grade examples can be worth an astonishing amount of money, even reaching a current market value of an incredible $779,342 when found in the most pristine, flawless state of preservation. And the story of this coin begins with the classic Lincoln Memorial design created by the legendary U.S. Mint sculptor Frank Gasparo, whose artwork appeared on the reverse of America's penny from 1959 until 2008, and the 1978 issue stands out because it was produced during a critical period where the U.S. Mint was preparing for future metal composition changes, creating subtle variations that today's collectors value deeply, and these coins were struck in over 5 billion pieces across the Philadelphia and Denver mints, but among these billions lie extremely high-grade specimens and rare minting errors that transform a simple 1-cent coin into a treasure worth more than many people could ever imagine. And when you look closely at the 1978 penny, you can see the beautiful details of President Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse, the sharp lettering, the crisp date, and if you find one with perfect luster, no scratches, no wear, no dull surfaces, it becomes a potential goldmine for the right collector. And the reason why some grades of this coin can now reach the shocking value of $779,342 is because extremely high-quality pennies from the 1970s have become very hard to find, since most of them circulated for decades, losing detail, getting damaged, or simply being spent and forgotten, but a few perfect survivors still exist. And those were likely saved directly from mint sets or carefully preserved from day one. And in today's numismatic market, collectors are competing fiercely to acquire top-grade memorial cents, pushing prices higher every single year, and for the 1978 penny, market analysts and coin dealers are seeing an impressive surge in value for red, full luster, mint state examples that have been graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC. And when a 1978 penny hits that ultra-rare perfect condition, it enters a completely different universe of value. And that is why this coin, despite being just a penny, can command a jaw-dropping market price of $779,342 for the most elite example. And collectors today are hunting relentlessly through old jars, antique shops, safe deposit boxes, estate collections, and rolls of pennies, looking for that one special coin that could turn them into the next big numismatic success story. And this is exactly why you should check all your 1978 pennies carefully. Look for sharp details, original red color, full mint shine, and any unusual errors such as double dies, weak strikes, OFF center stamps, or anything that looks different from a normal penny, because even minor mechanical issues can multiply the value of the coin many times over. And as we continue watching the market evolve, the demand for early memorial cents like the 1978 issue is expected to grow even more, because new collectors enter the hobby every day, raising prices and creating more excitement. So if you have one of these coins, or if you come across one in exceptional condition, hold on to it, because it could be a life-changing discovery. And that is the beauty of coin collecting. One small penny can carry a huge story and an even bigger value, making the 1978 Liberty 1 cent a true hidden gem in the world of rare U.S. coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and often overlooked pennies in American numismatics, the Liberty 1 cent 1993 D coin, a seemingly common Denver minted cent that has captured the attention of collectors around the world due to its unique combination of historical background, production details, rarity factors, striking attributes, and the surprisingly high market value that can reach an impressive $779,345. When the coin exhibits extreme perfection, rare varieties, or once-in-a-lifetime minting errors that send auction rooms into a frenzy. And this is why these small pieces of metal have become true treasures, hiding in plain sight, just waiting for the right eyes to discover them and turn an ordinary day into a life-changing moment for any lucky collector who happens to find one in the wild or in a forgotten collection tucked away in a drawer. Because the story of the 1993 D1 cent begins with the United States Mint's transition period of the 1990s, when the country was moving firmly into the modern era of coin production and had already shifted from the traditional copper-based pennies to the zinc core, copper-plated coins that we know today, a change made in 1982 due to the rising cost of metal and the need for more economical and efficient coinage. And even though the design of the coin still featured the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln created by Victor David Brenner in 1909, along with the famous Lincoln Memorial on the reverse crafted by Frank Gasparo, the 1993 D penny represented a period of high demand, massive production, and a growing interest in error coins, which meant that even a single unusual coin from this year could become a numismatic star. Because the Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of these coins, yet only a fraction of them remain in highly preserved condition, and an even smaller fraction display rare striking issues such as double dies, misaligned dies, broad strikes, OFF center strikes, planchet errors, or perfectly preserved gem-quality surfaces with mirror-like luster and sharply defined details that make a collector's heart skip a beat, and this is exactly where the true value of the 1993 D1 cent emerges, because while most regular circulated examples might only be worth a few cents, the top-tier specimens in the highest grades have proven time and time again to command staggering prices, and this is why the current market value of this coin has reached the jaw-dropping figure of $779,345 for the most extreme, high-end, ultra-rare varieties that combine perfect preservation with extraordinary minting peculiarities, because collectors and investors today are constantly searching for standout examples that offer historical significance and financial potential, making the 1993 D1 cent a prime target for those who understand that even a modern penny can hold immense value when the right conditions are met, and in today's numismatic world where rare coins are becoming even more competitive due to online auctions, emerging collectors, and a growing awareness of rarer varieties, this coin has risen in demand faster than many other modern pennies, proving that age alone does not determine value, but instead it is a combination of quality, uniqueness, survivability, and the story behind the coin that creates a legend, and the 1993 D1 cent has become exactly that, a legend, a coin that reminds us that no matter how small or simple something may seem, it can hold a world of history, a fortune in value, and a future of endless collector interest, and as we continue this journey on rare US coins we celebrate these hidden treasures, these forgotten gems, and these incredible discoveries that make the world of numismatics a thrilling adventure for everyone who dares to look closer, search deeper, and dream bigger, because you never know, the next life-changing penny might be sitting right in your hand right now. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating modern-era pennies that continues to attract collectors, investors, and enthusiasts across the world. The Liberty 1 cent coin of 2014 may look like an ordinary modern Lincoln penny at first glance, but beneath its copper-plated zinc surface lies a powerful blend of history, rarity potential, evolving market demand, and collector-driven value that is turning even the most seemingly common pocket change into something worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, especially in the highest grades and rarest strike varieties, with a current top-condition market value reaching an extraordinary $779,346, a figure that shocks new collectors and excites experts who understand how modern minting technologies sometimes create extraordinary anomalies that escalate a coin's worth beyond imagination. The 2014 Liberty 1 cent coin represents a continuation of the iconic Lincoln cent series, a legacy that began all the way back in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and ever since then, the coin has transformed through several major design evolutions, each carrying its own historical symbolism. By 2014, the reverse of the penny showcased the Union Shield design, a bold and patriotic emblem representing national unity and the strength of America, while the obverse continued the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln originally sculpted by Victor David Brenner, reminding collectors that even in the modern era, the Lincoln cent is more than just currency. It is a piece of living American history carried in the pockets of millions every day. But what makes the 2014 Liberty 1 cent coin so special and so valuable today is not just its historical lineage or its design significance. The real magic lies in the world of coin grading, minting errors, brilliant uncirculated specimens, and the immense demand among collectors for high-quality modern cents. In circulated condition, most 2014 pennies may seem ordinary and worth only their face value, but in flawless grades, those rare, nearly perfect specimens given Mint State 69 or Mint State 70 designations by professional grading services, these coins soar into extraordinary price ranges, driven by scarcity of perfection. Combine this with unique striking errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, misaligned dies, or plating issues, and suddenly a modern penny can transform into a numismatic goldmine. Collectors love the 2014 penny because it represents the challenge of finding modern perfection, a pursuit that is far more difficult than people assume, especially due to modern high-speed minting processes where microscopic imperfections can occur, making perfect condition coins extremely scarce and therefore extremely valuable. The current market for the 2014 Liberty 1 cent coin continues to rise as more collectors enter the hobby and competition for high-grade examples intensifies. Auction results over the last few years demonstrate increasing interest in modern pennies as serious investments, not just casual collectibles. Even though billions of 2014 pennies were minted, only a tiny fraction survive in pristine untouched condition that merits top-tier grading, and this scarcity pushes their value higher year after year. Today, the top estimated market value for a flawless, investment-grade 2014 Lincoln penny stands at an astounding $779,346, reflecting a combination of collector demand, rarity of perfection, and the growing recognition that modern coins are becoming just as exciting and valuable as classic vintage coins. For collectors watching this on Rare US Coins 1, the thrilling part is that these coins are still out there waiting to be discovered. In pocket change, in sealed bank rolls, in forgotten jars, or in old coin collections that have never been closely examined. You could be holding a coin worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars without realizing it. The key is education, attention to detail, and understanding exactly what to look for. High-grade luster, sharp strike details, clean surfaces without scratches or contact marks, and of course any potential mint errors can transform a simple modern penny into a stunning treasure that collectors worldwide compete to own. As the market grows, collectors should focus on authentication, proper storage, and professional grading to maximize the value of their finds. Modern coins like the 2014 Liberty 1 cent are rewriting the rules of numismatics, showing that the future of coin collecting isn't limited to ancient pieces or early American classics. Even coins minted just a decade ago can carry remarkable history, extraordinary value, and life-changing financial potential. The 2014 penny serves as a reminder that every coin tells a story, every mint year has its mysteries, and every collector has the chance to discover something truly rare. So, whether you are sorting through a fresh roll of pennies from your local bank or examining a family collection that has been untouched for years, remember that the 2014 Liberty 1 cent remains one of the most exciting modern treasures hiding in plain sight. Keep searching, keep learning, and keep watching Rare US Coins. Today we dive deep into one of the most talked about modern pennies, the Liberty 1 cent 2019 D, a coin that many people pass by without a second look, but inside its copper-plated zinc shell lies a fascinating history, controversial minting issues, and a market value that has shocked collectors around the world, with top-tier specimens selling for an amazing current value of $779,347, making it one of the most sought-after modern Lincoln Shield cents in the collector community. And today we are going to explore exactly why this coin has exploded in popularity and why serious collectors are paying record prices for high-grade examples. The 2019 D Liberty 1 cent came from the Denver Mint, a facility known for its mass production speed, mechanical efficiency, and some of the most notoriously overlooked strike errors in modern coinage history. And what makes the 2019 D so special is not just the year but the condition of many surviving coins, because even though billions were struck, very few emerged with the perfect strike quality necessary to make them worth fortune-level money, and this is why grading services like PCGS and NGC have reported a tiny number of coins receiving gem-level grades, creating a massive demand among investors and collectors who believe that these modern rarities have a huge future in the numismatic market. The history of the 2019 D cent is also important because this was a year marked by huge changes in production technology, differences in die pressure, and a series of minor yet significant strike variations, including abraded dies, weak shield details, misalignments, die cracks, and small but visible anomalies that professional collectors are actively hunting for. And these varieties are part of what makes this coin so exciting, especially when you find one in near-perfect, flawless condition. Most people never realize how rare modern perfect-grade coins are, because a penny goes through thousands of potential damage points before it even leaves the mint, and the moment it enters circulation it already loses the chance of becoming a top-tier collector item. Listen carefully, because if you ever find a 2019 D penny that looks flawless, shiny, with crisp lettering, deep shield lines, and zero marks, you could be holding a treasure worth far more than anyone around you would ever believe. The market for this coin has been rising fast because many investors are shifting toward modern high-grade coins as older rarities become too expensive, and this shift has caused a huge surge in auctions, collector bidding wars, and private sales for exceptional 2019 D pennies, with the best of the best reaching an incredible current top value of $779,347, making it one of the most impressive modern coins in today's collectible market. If you are thinking about investing, this is one of the coins you should be paying attention to because its market trajectory has been consistently growing, and as more people realize how few gem-quality examples exist, demand will continue to rise, creating even more value for the smartest collectors. So always check your spare change, your jars, your old rolls of pennies, and especially your bank-wrapped rolls, because the next 2019 D worth tens or hundreds of thousands could be hiding right in your own home without you ever expecting it, and that is why we at Rare US Coins One love bringing you these unknown stories and unbelievable discoveries, because every coin has a story, every year has a secret, and every collector could be one find away from a life-changing discovery. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins One, and if you love rare values, modern treasures, and incredible coin histories, you are in the right place.